video we are doing a mock test with another one of my star students, Shakira. We're in Borehamwood Test Centre and we're going to do one of the Borehamwood test routes as well. I've taught Shakira from the start, I think.
Yeah.
And obviously COVID again has been a bit of a nightmare, but she's packing up the lessons and she's doing really well. Her actual test is coming up fairly soon as well. Just to give you a little bit of a sort of inside the knowledge, Shakira is a musician. She is doing phenomenally well. I'm going to put a link to her YouTube channel underneath in the description, and she's going to be working with a big artist fairly soon as well. So keep your eyes peeled on this one, because she's going to be well up there, hopefully, fairly soon.
Yeah, hopefully.
So, same rules apply as always. Test is going to last for 38 to 40 minutes. During that time, we're going to do one manoeuvre plus possibly the emergency stop. If I say nothing, assume I want you to go straight off, follow the road signs. And if you're not sure, you are allowed to ask me to repeat. We are going to use the sat-nav on this route, so you're going to be following that. Again, I'm going to put the sat-nav in the bottom of the screen so you can see the route that she is taking. Okay. We're going to do one of the show me, tell me questions now as well. So how would you adjust your head restraint and how do you know it's set correctly?
So you would use the buttons in this class on the poles, and you would push it up and down.
Yep.
And you know it's correct when your eye level is in the middle.
Perfect. Good. Spot on. So, whenever you're ready, we'll drive on and we'll follow the sat-nav. It doesn't know where we are exactly, so when we come out of here, we're going to be turning right. For those of you that haven't watched any of my videos before, please remember when you're coming out of the car park, visibility is usually very restricted. So keep creeping and peeping forward until you can see exactly what is going on. Do not rush. If it takes you 30 seconds to come out, so be it. It's not a problem. Okay, we are going to turn right here.
And right, Ripon Way, then, at the end of the road, turn left.
Shakira does really well here, considering that the person from her right is giving way to her, even though we're the ones with the giveaways. Remember, read the situation, and if they are giving way, then continue to go, but with caution. Keep eye contact with that driver and make sure they are still waiting for you. Absolutely love her acceleration here, but unfortunately she does drift slightly over that white line, so it does get marked down as a driver fault for lane discipline, but the acceleration, superb.
Bear left, A5135, Roller Lane, then go right on the roundabout and take the third exit.
Hopefully you, the viewer, has noticed that she's gone the wrong way, but as you'll hear shortly, the examiner will clarify that, and it's not a problem, so don't worry. As long as you do everything correctly and safely for the direction you've gone, the examiner can't penalise you. Just follow the sat-nav again, it redirects.
After 90 yards, go right on the roundabout and take the third exit, Balmoral Drive. Go right on the roundabout and take the third exit. Go right on the roundabout and take the second exit. After 100 yards, go left on the roundabout and take the first exit, A5135, Elstree Way. Go left on the roundabout and take the first exit.
Shakira does really well here because it's quite a difficult situation when there's traffic on the exit of the roundabout. She has to force her way in here because otherwise she's just never going to get a look in. But unfortunately, on this roundabout, she doesn't look right and doesn't notice the white car, causing me to have to use a dual brake. So unfortunately, this is a dangerous fault for junctions observation.
After 300 yards, cross the roundabout and take the third exit, Brook Road.
The examiner will intervene here and give you the correct direction as the sat-nav counts the driveway on the left as an exit. Now, it's actually the second exit, but I want you to be in the right lane to do it.
Cross the roundabout and take the third exit.
So, that's the first one. We're taking the next one, If the examiner does redirect you from the sat-nav, don't worry about it. The examiner is fixing the sat-nav's faults, not yours, so don't worry about it.
After 200 yards, go left on the roundabout and take the first exit, Gateshead Road.
As you can see, Shakira's observations with her mirrors are very good. She checks them in good time, and she also makes them obvious to the examiner. It's not a necessity. The examiners are trained to watch your eyes, not your head. So you may see that they're glancing at you. It's just to make sure that you're checking the mirrors. It's nothing more than that. And I like to park on the left, not on the pavement, just where that silver car is.
At the end of the road, turn right, Theobald Street, then cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
That's fine, thank you. And drive on when safe to do so, please. Great blind spot check. Well done.
Turn right, Theobald Street, then cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
She obviously doesn't go round the roundabout there, so that goes down as a driver fault for response to road markings. to park on the left. Don't worry about the driveway on this occasion, just where the pole is. That's fine there, thank you. And drive when safe to do so. Beat me to it. Shakira picks up a driver fault here for steering due to the oversteer. Turn left, turn left, please. This is the epitome of a hazard perception clip. Can you spot the hazard? If so, put a comment in the comment section below and tell me if you were correct. If you saw the pedestrian with the pushchair there, well done. But for those that didn't, don't worry about it, but it's a great lesson learned. Zebra crossings are effectively a crossroads, and we will talk about this later on in the clip, but it's where the pedestrian has right of way. So you need to be scanning on the approach, and I completely agree. The bus stop positioned where it is not ideal, especially when the windows are as opaque as they are here. But that's why we need to scan, and if you're unsure, slow down. Unfortunately, because Shakira didn't here, it's a serious fault for pedestrian crossings. So you'll see that I'm looking at Shakira here, and that's to see if she checks her mirrors as she goes through the 40 sign. She doesn't, so she picks up a driver fault for use of mirrors, change of speed. Shakira reacts a little bit late here to the van being the blocker, but she does get her foot down and gets out of the way of the vehicle that is coming from her right. So, no fault recorded on this situation. There are no more vehicles coming from her right, and both the oncoming vehicles are going straight. So I have marked this one down as a hesitation, as it's pretty obvious that we could have continued to go. Much better here though. She sees the oncoming van with the right signal and she slows down and stops in good time. This is better. At the roundabouts ahead, turn left, first exit. The great thing is that Shakira's already looking to the right before she's even come up to the roundabout, so much better with the planning on this roundabout. Roundabout, turn right please. Roundabouts ahead, turn right, second exit. I'd like you to park on the left after this black car, before the blue car, where it's safe and convenient to do so. Thank you. What I'd like you to do now is your manoeuvre. I'd like you to pull up alongside the vehicle that's in front.
Yep.
And then reverse back into the space this side of that vehicle, staying within 2 car lengths and being close to the curb. For this manoeuvre, do not worry about the driveway. You are allowed to block it, but I need you to treat it like a curb, so do not go on the driveway itself. Thank you. Sadly, Shakira has now gone onto the driveway, which is automatically a serious fault for control. Look at your left mirror, and if you can see that you're getting too close to the curb, stop and move forward like she did the first time.
Leave it there.
There's no harm in making another adjustment. As long as you show that you're confident when doing it, the examiner will normally be okay with it. Whenever it's safe to do so, I'd like you to demist the front windscreen, please. Thank you. You can turn that off.
Shakira approaches this roundabout really well and stays in the left lane, which is perfect, but unfortunately she cuts into the right lane on entry to the roundabout, as you can see now, and that's an automatic serious fault for lane discipline. It is really important that you stay in the lane on the roundabout as you enter the roundabout. If you are unsure about this or straight lining, please watch my video on Roundabouts Part 2 and I'll put a link underneath. Shakira reacts really well to the change of situation there. It's really important that you're able to adapt to those change of situations like she did there.
Okay, so we were going to take that exit, but don't worry about it.
So again, yes, we've gone the wrong direction, but no biggie. No fault recorded.
Speed camera in 300 yards. Speed limit is 50 miles per hour.
Thank you. Then we'll turn left into the first car park. So just here. So how do you feel that one went?
I feel like I made quite a few careless mistakes on roundabouts,
Okay.
because there was one in particular time when you had to intervene because it was like
Parking recording will now
I was focusing
start.
so much on one roundabout that I forgot that there was another one coming up,
Mm-hmm.
and I just was about to just go without looking to the right.
Yeah.
And then there was another one where it was a roundabout, then a roundabout, but the second one I didn't prepare for, so I sort of just straight lined it.
Yeah, so there was one that we completely flattened. So I marked that down as a driver fault
Okay.
for road markings. Two, like the wheels on your side going on it is not so much of an issue, the wheels on my side shouldn't.
Okay.
So, but yeah, roundabouts. So we got a dangerous fault for that one because you just didn't acknowledge it at all. Your roundabouts have been a bit of a mixed bag today. It's been an interesting mix. Some of them you're going in really confident and you're looking nice and early, and some of them you're only looking after you pretty much stopped.
Yeah.
So I want you just doing those earlier observations because it will allow you to see what's going on.
Yeah.
You're less likely to be hesitant, and you won't get this sort of like having desperation to surge the car. So
Yeah.
a good example is when we came up to one roundabout, there was a car coming towards us, which was the blocker. And there was a car on your right hand side that was indicating, right, now if we went when the blocker was coming, we would have been fine. But you waited for the blocker to come off the roundabout and then you put your foot down.
Yeah.
You did put your foot down. So I didn't actually mark it down, but it could have been done nicer. It could have had a bit more flow.
Yeah.
Anything else that stands out?
I feel like there was a point when I turned into the road and I hit the curb. I'm not sure. It sounded like I hit something,
Okay, you didn't hit the curb.
Okay.
There was a couple of times where you were driving quite close to the curb,
Yeah.
admittedly, but you didn't actually hit the curb.
Okay.
So yeah, you did get a driver fault for normal driving position because you were
Okay.
just slightly over to the left-hand side. Anything else?
Just trying to think. Yeah, I'm not too sure. I just feel like there were points where, because I felt nervous, if I felt like I made a mistake, I sort of rushed off to sort of try and get back on track when I needed to maybe just like calm down a bit.
Yeah, I think that it could potentially be that you're dwelling on sort of mistakes that's been previously made. As a whole, your drive is good. Okay, there's just a few things that we need to work on and tidy up. Okay, how would you rate your maneuver?
But I feel like I panicked. So I started, first of all, I went into reverse when I was like doing my observation, so I didn't need to be in reverse yet because I needed to pull out. And then when I was like doing my turns, I sort of just lost track of what I was doing, and then I panicked and then came back out, and I wasn't quite sure of my position.
Now, with regards to that, obviously, yes, we did get a bit confused with our steering, but you then did work it out and you thought, oh, actually, I'm going to hit the curb here, I'll move forward. No problems with that at all. And when you started to reverse back again, you did do the correct steer. You didn't do enough of it. Okay? Now, how do we know if we're close to the curb or not?
With our marker. Oh wait, if you're reversing, then you can put down the mirrors and check.
Good. How many times did you check that mirror?
None.
0.
Yeah.
Okay, none. So that's why you didn't know where the curb was.
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
Yeah.
If you checked that left mirror, I think you would have gone, oh, that's close. Full
Yeah.
lock. And you would have been fine. But without that knowledge, you don't know.
Yeah.
And that's why we ended up on the curb. So we got control fault and a serious fault for being on the curb. You also got a control fault for being in reverse when you pulled away.
Yeah.
Because I think it was just the case that you didn't notice, because when you pulled away and the car went backwards, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
brake. Because you weren't looking behind you, you were looking forward.
Yeah.
Okay. Steering, couple times you're not straightening up on time, so you had a bit of an overswing. Yeah, so you need to start straightening up the steering a little bit earlier, so you had 2 driver faults for that. Use of mirrors, you're not checking all 3 mirrors when you're going through speed increase signs.
Oh, okay.
Okay, remember, check, make sure that there's nothing overtaking. As long as nothing's overtaking, put your speed in. Okay, if you are being overtaken, what do we do?
Slow down.
Do we slow down?
If I'm being overtaken.
So you're doing 30 miles an hour, you see a 40 sign up ahead, you check your mirrors, you can see someone's overtaking you, you get to the 40 signs, what do we do?
Pick up the speed? No.
Because that's when they're going to stay on the wrong side of the road for even longer, it's more dangerous,
Yeah.
isn't it? So we just maintain speed.
Oh, okay.
Okay, wait for them to overtake. Once
And
they've
then-
overtaken, then you can put your
yeah.
speed in, as long as no one else is overtaken. Otherwise, again, you just maintain. Responsive road markings, we've already spoken about. 1 driver fault for that when you ran over the roundabout. Progress undue hesitation, we've spoken about that, so roundabouts. Junction dangerous observation, we've spoken about, that was the mini roundabout, or the roundabout where I had to use the brake.
Yeah.
Position normal driving, we've already spoken about. Position lane discipline. So when we powered up on the A1 here,
Yeah.
you crossed over the white line slightly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, make sure you're keeping your lane discipline. But you did get a serious fault for lane discipline. The second to last roundabout that we did.
Yeah.
So we're going straight across. We need to keep to that left lane as we go around. You just went whoop,
Oh, okay.
straight lined it.
Yeah.
Remember, straight line, straight fail.
Yeah.
Okay, exaggerate the position. And then the one that you probably wasn't even aware of. You'll see this in the video.
Yeah.
Okay. There was a zebra crossing that we came up to with a lady
Yeah,
with a
I
push
saw it
chair.
at the very last minute, yeah.
It was one of those perfect hazard perception clips.
Yeah.
Okay. So she was crossing from the left hand side of the road, And then as she started to cross, there was a service road on the left hand side, so she's crossed that side of the road. But then there's a bus stop, and the windows are really frosted, you can't really see through it.
Yeah.
So you didn't know she was there because you didn't see her
Yeah.
before that point. So then just as we came up to that zebra crossing, you've got there pretty much exactly the same time as she's got there. Okay, so when you see zebra crossings, what
Slow down.
we don't need to slow down unless visibility is impaired, but what do we really need to be doing?
Well, I would say stop, but I felt like maybe I was too late at that point.
But we should have seen it earlier.
Yeah.
And that's the thing.
Preparation.
So exactly. So once we see a zebra crossing,
Yeah.
I want to see you scanning.
Yeah.
Yeah. The best way to think of a zebra crossing is the crossroads
Yeah.
where we've got the give way lines.
Yeah,
Okay.
that makes sense.
I can't remember if I've said this in a video before, but that is effectively what a zebra crossing is. It's a crossroads where you're on the side street. You're the one that's got the give way lines. So you must give way to anyone on the major road, or the main road, which is the pedestrians in that case.
Yeah.
So you need to scan that exactly
Yeah.
the same way as you do for a crossroads. Okay. So in total, we got 11 driver faults and we got 4 majors. So 3 serious and 1 dangerous.
Okay.
Okay, so things we can work on fairly easily. We'll probably tick off quite a few of those now, actually.
Cool.
So hopefully helpful.
Yeah, definitely.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's helped you as well. If you'd like to do a mock test, feel free to email us on the email that I've put up here, or call us on the phone number below. Just to make you aware, it's normally about 3 weeks lead up time until I can fit you in. So if your test is next week, unfortunately I'm not going to be able to fit you in, so please cater for that if you do want to do a mock test in the majority of sort of the North London test centres. And hopefully I'll see you soon. Bye.